Okay, so to kind of give a quick recap of what had happened last time. I'm trying to kind of remember. No, I do. So, um, after you guys had met up with each other, the entire party kind of got back together after defeating or defeating Pyramid Head. The town went back to normal. It de-silent hilled itself, and you guys were found inside of this like this hotel, or I think it was a hotel area, either a hotel or a hospital area, where you'd met one of the other NPCs, Cherry, and she had offered to take you to see Mother at the church, where presumably everything is safe from the silent hilling of the place. And instead of taking a sensible trip down the stairs, Arjun picked this poor girl up and Kool-Aid manned his way out the window from the third floor.
Oh yeah.
A couple other people kind of followed, except for Ahti. Ahti was the only one that took the stairs. After getting down to the ground, you traveled over to the chapel, where you were introduced to Mother. And she kind of explained a little bit of why they're there, but you gained a sense real quickly that all of these people here inside of this chapel were extremely like cult religious, and their ringleader must be the person that they call Mother. Well, after Mother repeatedly insulted the party by calling all of you, I believe devils it was. Bardrin then skewered her in front of everybody, and the entire church turned really quickly into the fight scene from Kingsman. You took out numbers real quickly because these poor people were human and unarmed. But eventually, the fight was able to come to an end as one of the older members of that church tried to bring it to a stop and find a peaceful resolution. And after telling you that there is an entrance that'll take you directly into where the girl Ilessa is at, that seems to be running the show of baddies in this dimension. And that's where we will pick up today. So you guys still find yourselves inside of the chapel. Um, the fighting had stopped, everything calmed down, and you're still talking with the old man that gave you this information. And he did tell you that they could lead you there. They can take you there. They just don't know how long they will be able to stick around. What do our adventurers think about all this information? What do you guys want to do?
Hesa is, after hearing the news, she kind of retreated back to her genie lamp that is now on, I'm probably going to say, Hati's belt, as she's still trying to process what kind of happened.
Okay. Ati, as you feel Hasa just kind of slurp into this lamp that's attached to your belt now. What are your thoughts?
At the moment, T is kind of dumbstruck uh, because while Bardred has been kind of aggressive, it's only been towards like clearly apparition or like evil entities until this point. Like, obviously, these folks are misguided cultists, but this was like straight up fucking like out of character for him. So he's trying to process that, especially considering Ahti had tried to de-escalate the situation multiple times, and Bardrin kept re-engaging. So yeah, Ahti's kind of a little bit more quiet, just trying to process. I mean, the fucking massacre that's in front of him at this point in time.
Okay. Ren, after this battle had ended, this new information was given to you. How's Ren feeling right now?
Ren has kind of slumped to the ground a little bit. Their blade and shield have fallen aside, and they're just kind of looking at the ground, looking at their hands, and the two more feminine voices can be heard echoing and whispering to one another quietly.
And Zuki, how is our little Tabaxi feeling?
Pretty much exhausted after the fight, kind of just drained. Just kind of like taking it all in.
Okay. So as everybody kind of just stands around and surveys what just happened here, trying to each process it on your own, Bardrin.
I think Barjan, he's probably kind of taking a breather after the fight. I mean, he did slaughter a good many people, even if they were easy to kill. Like, it still kind of wore him out to do so. So he's just like, and he takes a minute, like a moment to reflect on what he did, but he also just thinks, well, they kind of had it coming, so he doesn't dwell on it much.
Okay. The old man kind of chimes back up and he says, of course, we don't have to go right now. If you would like to stay here, rest up before we take you to the underground, we can do that too. We don't have much to offer. We barely have any food as it is, but we can at least offer you a shelter, a safe shelter from everything out there. Kind of rest and heal up if you need.
While I appreciate the gesture, I think both you and us would be better served with us leaving. Please lead the way.
And he bows and says, of course. And he gestures to two other middle-aged men. One looks roughly like maybe his late 20s, while the other looks to be about mid-30s. And they all walk over and open up the front doors of the chapel, and just like with one last look back at everybody, they turn and they head out the door, just presuming that you're going to follow. He leads you through the town, and surprisingly takes you back to the hotel that's in the middle of this town. He leads you up the familiar front steps as he takes you through the grand entrance, the grand hall, towards the back, where you find a set of stairs that lead downward. He takes you one level down into the hotel, and as you get down there, presented in front of you appears to just be a set of doors. And he points at the doors and he says, the elevator will take you down. This is as far as we can go. We dare not venture further. Who would like to be the first to react?
Well, let's get this over with. Reynolds stepped towards the doors, kind of looking at them, leaning more towards the one that he would have gestured towards as the elevator.
As her little auto gnome walls their way over there. You stand in front of the doors and nothing happens, and you hear a shout from like a kind of like a soft, not really like a yell, but like hey, press the button. Does Ren press the button?
Ren absolutely presses the button. Shiny! Pushes the button.
As you reach up and press the button, you hear this sharp ding, and the doors slide open, and they just open into what appears to you to be just a small room, but it looks like all of you should be able to fit in there.
Guys, it's a box. I think we're supposed to get in the box.
As the men and the two men kind of look back and forth at each other with question marks above their heads.
The tabaxi goes in and sits in the box.
Ahti would kind of give them a like a curt nod and enter into the elevator as well.
Yeah, Bargain will just kind of walk in and just wait for action.
Ren would follow close behind.
And I'm assuming Hayes is still...
Oh yeah, she's in her lamp.
In the lamp, okay.
Yeah.
As you all step foot inside of what they called an elevator, in the distance, in the background, you hear that familiar sound, that loud siren as it plays and screeches all over the town. You see the three men, they all look back and forth, and without saying a word to you, you watch them dart up the stairs as fast as they can. And before you have a chance to react, the doors of the elevator slam shut, and it is now descending down at a rather alarming rate. It doesn't necessarily feel like you're falling, but it's going down rather quickly. The elevator gets down to the bottom, and it opens up, and as it opens up, you're greeted to the environment that you became familiar with when the sirens start to play. Everything looks rusted, beat up, a lot of like beige and orange colors in the metal. Everything that you're seeing before you appears to be like it has that like that steam room like boiler.
Ooh, the boiler rust look.
Yes.
I think when the doors open, Hazel will come out of her lamp to see her surroundings.
I don't know about all of you, but I'm quite tired of this hellscape, I'll call it.
Agreed. We might as well do what we came here for. As Ahti steps forward out of the elevator.
Hazel follows.
Bargain follows.
Hazel's still not saying anything. She's just gonna follow.
Ren kind of looks at everybody, pausing for a minute, and takes a minute to kind of take in the landscape a little bit, then realizes they're falling behind and hurries up behind everybody.
As you all start to make your way out of the elevator out onto the catwalk-like floor. You walk into a rather open room. And as you step a little bit further into it, your eyes kind of start to adjust. You can see around. Whoever would be paying attention, please make me perception checks.
Solid 4.
27.
20. Oh, good.
With my reliable talent, it'll be a 19.
21 for Hesa.
A 16.
Okay. Everybody who rolled over a 14. Anybody below 14, you didn't really hear anything. There's a lot kind of going on to this environment with just the smell of the place and the steam and smoke that kind of wisp in and out just seemingly out of nowhere. It's kind of hard for you to pay attention, but those of you who rolled above 14, often the background, and it changes places almost every time that you hear it. Maybe it's above you, maybe it's below you, maybe it's off to the left, maybe it's off to the right. But you hear this sound of something moving rather quickly and swiftly, and it's making these quick, swift sounds like.
Hesa will say, "Beyond the ready."
Ahti would ready his bow.
Hey, so as you say that, I would like you to roll me a dexterity saving throw. Roll it to me, please.
Okie dokie. You said dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, sense it.
Yes, as you say that, you feel something rather sharp jab you directly in your side. As you feel it pierce your skin and pass through your vital internal organs, breaching out the other end.
She just lets out the loudest, whimpering hiss of her life as her eyes just open wide.
As you feel this, you're lifted up off the ground. And as something steps into view, you see this rather large spider-looking creature. Except it has imagine the body of a mannequin, or one of those opposable dolls.
Ow.
With a porcelain face, as the rest of its body breaches out in long spider-like appendages that, if you kind of pay attention, they almost resemble a giant knitting needle.
Yeah, she's all of her claws are out, her hair is all puffed up, and she is just screaming for help.
Hey, so it lifts you up as it gets closer and closer. Another appendage seems to be coming towards you rather quickly. And I need to know if... That was a nat 20, so I know that's gonna
Holy shit.
As this
Do we
creature
have time to react to this?
For sake of brevity, I'm gonna say no. It's just kind of happening.
I mean, I know what you're trying to do here, but
if you want to react to it, I'll allow it.
I mean, he would attempt something, is all I'll say.
Hey, so you feel another one of those large knitting needles that it uses for legs come piercing through your throat.
She's just guttering blood. How much damage?
44.
Oh yeah, she is not hot right now. Yeah, blood is coming out of her mouth as she is just, her whole body is like twitching and like a rabid animal, like confused at the situation, freaking out. It's kind of how her body's reacting right now.
As she pulls that appendage out of your throat and you drip blood, she just kind of takes your body and just with one fluid movement flips you off of the end of its arm, and you go flying across the room and just kind of slump down into a corner.
Oh fuck, okay. Am I prone?
You are prone.
Okay.
As this creature comes into view and kind of rears up on the party, it lifts up two of its appendages, and you can see this long strand of red, velvety looking rope hanging from the end of its needle-like appendages. And as you follow it down from where it's holding him up at towards the end, you can see that there are two people attached to these strings. One appears to be a female elf, while the other appears to be a kobold. If our new companions would like to kind of react here and introduce themselves to the rest of the party, tell them what you look like and how you're kind of reacting at this moment as you're being held up by this creature.
Does Alyssa want to go first?
She's working on it. She's trying to take herself off mute.
I mean, yeah, I can go first. That's fine. So I'm gonna be reacting, not doing much because I'm in shock on being stuck on this creature. I'm an elf and got blue hair and green eyes. About 5 feet 7 inches tall.
So I was totally listening, but for everybody else, can you say that one more time?
You're totally listening.
Yep, totally.
She's gonna be an elf. She
Uh-huh.
doesn't really have much of a reaction, just because
Okay.
she's in shock of being trapped to this creature, and she's got blue hair, green eyes, pretty tall, 5 feet 9 inches, 7 inches, somewhere in that range.
9 feet?
5 feet 9 inches.
Oh, I was like, damn.
That's
I
a
was like,
lengthy
damn,
thing.
it's a tree.
Tall. She's just real tall.
She's tall
I was
and
like,
skinny as
damn, it's a
shit.
tree.
It's a tree.
Okay, cool.
And Toka is a orange-looking kobold with very Aztec-looking kind of design. I'm still kind of concepting her. On the top of her face, she's wearing some type of reptilian skull that has a shit ton of feathers that almost make like long, bright blue hair. It looks like, but it's all feather made. The mask is on her face right now, so the tip of her beak is actually coming out the top of the mask, and she is just basically like wiggling like a fish, trying to get oxygen. And she's like, ah! Ah!
Oh my god. I love her already.
She's a little gremlin.
Okay. So is Hasa dead?
She is currently bleeding out profusely in the corner. She does not appear to be moving.
Okay, well, I guess Bargin would charge in to attack this creature. I mean, somebody's got to lay this beast down. Can't just let it slide on our homies.
DM, you said they're like strung up like puppets currently?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
In fact, if you would like, you can make a perception or an insight check on this creature.
Cool. Nat 20, 29.
It does, as you pay attention, Ate, to this creature in front of you, and the two new people that are hanging from these strings, it does appear very like marionette-esque, like they are like puppets. And as this creature kind of like weaves back and forth, you can kind of see as it like twitches the end of its long appendages that are holding it up. They're the two new people kind of like mimic the same thing, so it's a very apparent that this thing might be controlling them.
Delightful. Ati would swap his bow out for his rapier and then try and disconnect the strings of whoever's closest to him.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Before we get super far into that, why don't we all hop into roll 20?
Yay!
Yay!
We're doing a thing.
Okay, 1 second, baby, and I'll get you the link to my game.
Thank God, because I'm such a visual person.
I like it because then I know where the danger's at and I can hide from it.
Yeah. I know where the danger's at, and I know where everybody else is. Yeah, I like battle maps.
Because Ati would also have fucking died if he took a hit that Hasa took.
Oh, gods, right?
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
I think Bargin's probably the only one that could have survived that in her party. Or maybe Rin. I think Rin's kind of tanky too.
Rin can be.
Rin tanky. Rin damage.
In a deep voice, smash! After like smashing someone's skull into the ground in a high-pitched voice, yay!
No, I just imagine Rin's like, I'm about to fuck you up. I'd like to raid!
Stupid.
A little child's voice. I'm gonna skull fuck you.
What?
You look fuckable, come here!
You look like a fuckable piece of meat!
And here I
fucking love
thought I
that.
had to hold back.
Pulls up the strap. Run!
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I just want something to represent it. No, that'll work. No, he's so tiny.
That's what she said. Michael Scott, everybody.
I don't know. I didn't even hear what happened.
I was gonna say, why can't I make him bigger? Okay, I'm just going to add random characters to, because I totally planned ahead for all of this.
No
That's
worries, no worries.
Hold on, how many people do I need? Oh, I need one for that. And Suki. Okay. And then R2. Okay, Auntie is done. Go ahead and make sure you can move your character.
Oh, there it is.
See if
I thought
there's
I was. I thought when I loaded in, it was just the square with a whole bunch of white, and I thought I was too close up, so I kept going as far out as I could until it was like a dot.
Okay, so you should be able to move your respective character. Are two characters that are attached to the marionette. You have a current movement speed of about 15.
Okie dokie, boss.
You cannot, but that's as far as you can move from the marionette.
And someone's
Okay.
like, "What's 40 feet?" Okay, right there.
So I will. I'm gonna. Was that really 40 feet? Oh my god. 50 feet. Okay, hold up. We're going to.
We're gonna get bum rushed at like the
Yeah.
first turn. Hi. Oh fuck.
We're gonna put you guys just a little bit closer. There. I feel
Oh,
like
closer? Oh no.
yeah, that's just. I like that better because God, 40 feet was forever ago, and like this room's not really like that big. I just kind of threw this together real quickly. Those who wanted to do reactions to this before we roll initiative, go ahead and do what you were going to do.
I think they were trying to react while Peso was getting fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Barger might have wanted to do something before that. I think Ahti, after seeing two people strung up, is trying to free them, or at least one of them, before we get into the nitty gritty of a fight. Hopefully.
Hatsi just sees her get Hesa get fucked up and just like, that's what you get for scamming people.
I don't mean it in that way, but it's one of those. If
Oh,
you're,
no,
yeah, yeah.
I'm just making a joke.
With how quick it happened, like there's not a whole lot Ahti could do. He's not a doctor.
Oh no, you're good. I'm just making a joke. You know, like Haste is just getting like pulverized, and he's just like sitting there and looking at the rest of the group. I mean, she did scam a lot of people.
So yeah, I was gonna move up to the spider and attack it.
Okay. I'll let you do that as like the reaction to everything that was going on.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me attack.
Nat 20.
Oh god, yeah, it hits.
And what's your rule? Is it double dice or max damage or?
Max damage.
Ah. So that's 24 damage. So that'd be 24 damage on that attack. Are you letting me have like my whole turn or just one attack?
Just one attack is reaction.
Ah, okay. So just 24 damage then. I was all right, I'm in.
Ahti, were you going to try to free one of them, or are you going to hold off on that?
Ahti would move up to try and free whoever this one is. You want me to roll to hit with the rapier?
Yes, please. And that looks like it is Alyssa's character.
Cool. That's a 19 to hit, and hopefully disconnect all the cords there.
It does hit, however, it does have a hit point, so go ahead and give me damage for it.
Cool. Uh, 7 slashing.
And as like you hit it, and you can see like a few, like as you hit it, you can see like a little bit did start to fray. It's still like rather thick, but it is prominent or apparent that this can be cut.
Cut faster!
I would like everybody to go ahead and initiative.
I rolled a 9.
Oh shit.
11.
14.
Okay, so I've got Bargin at a 9, Zuki at 11, I've got Toka at 14. Ahti, what did you roll?
22.
And then what about Ren?
19.
Let me roll for the marionette. Okay. You guys need to get out of luck. I don't need those anymore. Oof. Okay. And then we will have. Okay. So, Bargin, you come up for your attack. Ahti, you instantly try to start severing some of those ties. It sees this and kind of rears at you, moving your new companions in very odd shaped ways. Ahti, you are at the top of the round. T, Ren, Zuki, Bargin, then the marionette is going to move, and the two new companions will take their turn on the marionette's turn. So Ahti, you are at the top of the round.
Cool. Ahti's gonna keep hacking away on that the strings there.
All right, go ahead.
It's 22 to hit.
That hits.
For another 7 slashing.
You see more of that rope start to fray. Still holding tough, but you've made a good, I'll say like a good quarter of the way through.
Cool. I think that's gonna be it for Ahti.
Okay, next up we have our little auto gnome, Ren.
All right. Ren, upon seeing poor Hesa mutilated, the bickering voices that had been going back and forth up until this point, minus the little tidbits here and there, are silenced as the little tiny voice comes out. You killed my kitty!
Oh,
And
shit.
there's this shriek from this auto gnome as I would like to rage.
How does your rage look?
Just as much as an auto gnome could cry, you hear this child racking with the sobs of, you know, a kid who's lost their first pet. That sadness that you see in a child's face as you have to take away their best friend in a way.
No.
So that is what is fueling this scream. Sorry, I cannot scream. I live in an apartment. Otherwise, I would try. We're not playing that game. And then from there, Ren is going to run up and get as close as possible to the spider and try to take off one of its legs.
Okay, go ahead and roll attack.
Beat his ass! Beat his ass!
That's a 23
That
for the
hits.
first. I'm just gonna roll all three, or I think I only get 2 because the bonus action is taken by the rage. Because we don't get to do the bonus action one. So then 24 for the other. I assume that hits too.
Yep, they both hit.
Sweet. So we've got 6 and 7 for a total of 13. Going right into that leg.
And it takes this damage, and like Ren, as you're hacking away at the leg, like you notice some you're definitely like making some dents into the metal, but for now it is still holding strong.
All right. And I believe that will be all for Ren's turn.
All right, then next up will be our other Tabaxi, Zuki.
We're going to just take up a longbow and shoot it in the face. Sneak attack. $16 to hit.
A 16 barely hits.
Sweet. Five and it's like 36 total damage.
And Zuki, like you hit it directly in the face, and as you hit it, it lets out this horrible like shriek that's just like take the sounds of like nails on a chalkboard and like a chair being dragged across a linoleum tile and put those two together. That's the sound that this shriek makes. You can tell that you heard it. It is still standing strong, but it felt that one.
Zuki will hiss at it and get ready to draw a bow again. But next turn. I don't think I have 2 attacks. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't have 2 attacks yet.
All right. Bardrin, you are up.
So Bardrin's gonna do Bardrin things, like always. What's new? And he's
That's
just gonna
fair.
attack it.
We need that on a t-shirt.
That's miss. 28 to hit,
Bardens do Bardren things.
and then that's a miss. So let's see, the heat. So that's going to be 10 damage, and then I'm going to use the superiority die to use one of my maneuvers to use a goading attack. So wisdom save 16. So 17 damage total.
Ooh. It passes with a 19.
Gotcha. And then I'm gonna action surge and do it all again.
I'm stupid.
19, 16, and a nat 20. So everything
Those all
hits.
hit. Yep, those all hit.
So that's a total of 9d6. So that's 24 damage with an extra 36, 42 damage.
42 damage in total.
Mm-hmm. And then a superiority die on top of that to do.
Beat the shit out of it.
I'm gonna just do another goading attack. So wisdom save DC 16. So that's a total of 44 damage.
What was the original damage you told me?
It was 42 and then 2 on top of that.
Okay. And it failed that save.
So it has disadvantage on attacking anybody but me.
Okay.
And that's my turn. Actually, no, it's not. Bonus action attack.
Oh my god.
And there's more. And is anybody damaged? I know Hasa is, but is anybody else?
I don't think anybody else got attacked just yet.
Oh. Hey,
It hasn't had its
28.
turn yet.
It's gonna feel it. 10 more damage. And now that's my turn.
And let's add another screech at you, saying similar screech, as you take these attacks, and as you're attacking so vigorously and viciously, Bardrin, the limb that Ren was attacking has severed itself, and it fell, just like slumps to the ground with such weight behind it. You feel the floor beneath you tremor.
Hell
No.
yeah.
No blood or anything. It's hard to. This thing's more autonomous than anything. The spider representation in Roll20 is just that's the only thing I have to represent something with at least 8 legs.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Alrighty.
And then with that being the end of Bardrin's turn, we have, I believe, the marionette. However, let's see. In this round, or in this turn, Nadine, you will be going first. As the marionette the appendage that's holding you up, as it kind of like twitches a little bit, you feel this like twinge down your spine as it turns and forces you to set sights on an Ahti. And as if you can't control anything, it forces you to make some kind of attack towards Ahti.
Okay. I will then use I'm going to use my short sword on him.
Okay, roll for attack on Ahti, and just has to beat his armor class.
13.
Ahti, due to his insight roll earlier, kind of anticipated that you guys would be under control and parries with his rapier.
Ooh.
And you do it so quickly and smoothly. You just it's. Maybe is there anything else you can do?
I don't think so. Nope, that's all I can do right now.
And then, God, I can't remember your name yet. Toka.
Toka Poka.
You feel a similar sensation as the marionette spider kind of like tugs at your string. You feel this sensation kind of turn your sight towards Bardrin as your next closest combatant, and you can feel that just that urge and that twinge forcing you to make an attack towards him.
Watch out! Watch out! As her body's gonna force her to place Hunter's Mark on Baldrin.
Okay.
It basically makes this a symbol of Tiamat is placed on his chest, basically, that's glowing. It's glowing like an orange color. As she's going to fire 2 arrows at him. Oh. Dice are thinking. Does 28 hit? I'm really low one. Sorry, it takes a minute. Does 21 hit?
Nope.
Oh, wow, okay. So, first one's gonna hit at you. As she aims the arrow and fires it, a like necrotic essence kind of goes around the arrow as it goes straight for you. You will take let's see, I got it. So that was how much damage was that one right there? So you'll take 12 damage, 2 of it being necrotic. And also because of where her arrows are stored, you also will take 2d8 poison damage. So that's 8. Let me see here. So that's 12, that's 8, that's 20. And then you'll take the damage from Hunter's Mark. Let's see here. Extra 1d6. Okay. You'll take 24 damage on the first hit as it squares you in the left shoulder. The second one will miss. And she will end her turn there.
And almost just as quickly, the marionette now picks up 3 of its legs, and let's see. Bardrin, I know I don't have disadvantage against you. Does a 24 hit?
Barely.
Barely, okay. And then for Zuki, Ren, let's see. I'm assuming Zuki a 6 will miss.
Do you mean me, Ahti? Because Zuki's kind of at a distance.
Yeah, I'm back here.
Oh, you are at a distance, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, RTS, I'll assume that a
I'm
6
like
will miss.
30 feet
Yeah,
away.
it misses.
Ren, I'm also assuming that a 6 misses.
Yes.
Okay, Barton, as that needle-like appendage strikes you I'm gonna say it strikes you in your thigh, you're going to take 15 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty.
And the marionette will it steps back into its pose as it holds up the other two people again, and back at the top of the round with Ahti. It is now your turn.
Ahti's gonna keep on keeping on. Try to cut the strings.
All right, make me an attack.
That's 20 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
13 slashing damage on the cords.
You can see that you are making progress as more and more of those cords fray apart. You're at least more than halfway through.
That'll be it.
All right, after Ahti, we have our little autonome, Ren.
Well, we got one leg. Upon seeing that it didn't seem to phase it too much, Ren's gonna kind of look at the underside of this spider automaton. Does it look like there's anything important exposed under there, given that they are small?
It does not. In fact, the underside is just as smooth as its front side.
Well, gonna go for another leg, I guess.
Can't do anything that has no legs.
Yeah. Ren is gonna specifically aim for one that's controlling some of the cords, though, this time around.
Okay, are you going to aim for the one that is controlling Nadine or the one that's controlling the other companion, Toka? I know, like, your characters wouldn't know their names at this point. It's just easier for...
They would be going for the one that's closest to them, so I think that's Nadine.
Let's see, which one?
Say they've got the bow. I don't know how to do the little toggle thing.
I'm trying to see which one you are. You are... Nope, that's...
I'm the one with the bow.
Yeah, that's Dre's character. I think that one's more... Oh, I think you're back here.
I was gonna say Ren is
that's-
wiggling right there.
Yep, that's you. I see you. Alright, yeah, so you would be attacking the one that is holding up Dre's character.
Okay. Taking a swing there then.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, me!
17.
17 does hit.
A 16, just barely, I think.
Barely hits, yep.
And then a 24 for the scimitar.
Definitely hits.
All right. That's 22 total to that leg.
And Ren, you do leave some pretty hefty dents in this leg. And like the creature's legs kind of like tip tap in a fashion of almost, it's like it could feel this.
It's just still shrieking as they like kind of windmill their arms, almost swinging into this leg.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Ren, anything else that you were doing on your turn?
Nope, just that.
Okay. Zuki, you are up with Bardra next.
We're gonna do the same thing. Pretty much just pegging it in the face, trying to keep its attention while everybody else is hacking away at it. Pretty much being the annoying little prick and stuff in the distance. Alright, Nick Tack in. Let's see. $21 to hit.
That hits.
Sweet. And we're going to go with 14 on that one. And 22 total.
22 damage total.
Yep.
And you shot it with an arrow again, right?
Yeah.
And those arrows, they fly true and they strike it. Where were you aiming for? It's like its face again, its chestal area, maybe one of the
Pretty much
legs.
space again to kind of just keep it distracted and stuff, and try to keep its focus on anything but like me, besides having it focused on the party.
And like your arrow like sinks into its face again, and as you see its head kind of like come back as it takes the attack, and it leans its head forward again with like the face of almost like a porcelain doll, as it now has like two arrows just sticking right out of its face. It does kind of appear to look in your direction, Zuki, but isn't breaking pose from where it's at.
Okay. Just to be safe, we're gonna move also. Now it helps if I actually click on the move command. We're gonna move at least over this way. I don't think, yeah, we're gonna go right there. And that'll end my turn.
When it's Baldrin's turn, he needs to do a DC 14 Constitution save.
And it would be Bardrin's turn right now.
23 on the save.
God damn.
God damn.
Bardrin was prepared.
He's like, poison, do nothing.
I mean, he ate the fucking heart a couple sessions ago.
That's a good point. He did do that.
And Hesa tentacle porned it out of his stomach.
You know it.
Oh my
Someone
That's
had to do the
24
job.
damage, DM.
Okay, where were you attacking it at?
Oh, yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, I'm just attacking it right in the face or main body, basically. If it's reachable. If not, then the legs.
Yeah, we'll say it's like it's a large creature, but not so large that you wouldn't be able to like reach its underside with a good swing.
Gotcha. Give me just a moment. I'm trying to find the verbiage on the feature somewhere. Ah. Wait, is it a minus 10 or a plus 10? Ah, okay. Never mind. So that would be 34 damage in total. And then, but wait, there's more. Oh,
I just hear
I'm going to.
the Chinese lady going, and then.
I'm gonna do my bait and switch maneuver using another superiority die. I switch places with somebody within 5 feet of me, which is a green archer-looking person or a person wielding a sword. Whoever's next to me here, whoever wants it.
The green archer-looking person is the one attached to the spider by the rope. I mean, they can move upwards to 15 feet away from said creature.
Well, who is this Ren?
Yeah, that's Ren.
Okay, I switched places with Ren, increasing her AC by oh wow, damn, that's actually pretty powerful. All right, so the air in AC increases by just 1, and I deal an extra 1 damage, so 35, and that's my turn.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Nadine, as Ahti is the closest to you, you feel that same twinge in your spine, making you do an attack in Ahti's direction.
With the halfway through the rope, is there any noticeable difference? It could just be flavor, but
That's kind of why I said she feels like the need to make an attack in your direction. So I'm because it's like you're feeling the sense to attack in Ahti's direction, but not necessarily like directly on Ahti. So make this attack at disadvantage.
Alright. Well, I'll go ahead and use my short sword again. You said at disadvantage, right?
Yes.
And 16. So 16 to hit.
well, in your flailing, you still managed to fucking clip me.
How dare you?
Running off for damage, maybe.
Shoot down.
That'll be 8 damage. Not bad, but it's
Next one. Toka? Was I on mute that entire time?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You were speaking. We had no idea what you were saying.
Not a clue. Oh
No
no.
idea.
Sorry, my bad. I should have banged on the wall.
Get shit on!
God damn it. Okay.
Wait.
The reverse. Try that again. Toka.
Yes.
Since the marionette has noticed that Ren was the one that just recently attacked a leg, you feel that same pull from the marionette creature forcing you to launch an attack, but instead it has changed your sights from Bardrin over to Ren.
Watch out! Watch out! That symbol of Tiamat is going to go from Bardrin to Ren as she now fires her shots. The necrotic energy will wrap around each arrow as it fires. Actually, lightning energy this time. Does a 23 hit?
Oh, it do.
It do indefinitely. Okay.
It do.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, you might get lucky. I hope you're not squishy.
Now we're gonna be fine.
Does 15 hit you?
15 does not.
Good shit. Okay. So, that's going to be... seven damage plus 3 necrotic makes it
Ren
10.
is raging, so I get to have the piercing from the bow.
Oh, nice. Good shit.
Mhm.
And then do this. So the bow was 7, so half that. So I guess 6 damage. Plus this 5 would make it into 11 damage. And then, are you immune to poison?
I don't know actually. Let me go. I gotta figure out where to check for that. I want to say yes, given that they're an automaton, but
That's what I was assuming.
Yeah, defenses or poison. The poison and disease
Does it say I or R?
are.
Okay, so half poison damage. Will you roll a con save?
Yes. Got a 19.
Nice. You won't be poisoned. Cool.
Yay!
And she will end her turn. Excellent!
Awesome. The marionette picks up its 3 appendages again. Or at least 3 out of the... However, there's, 7 remaining now? And the first attack will go towards Barjan, but I'm going to assume naturally that a 10 does not come anywhere close to hitting you.
Nope.
And then one for Ren again at disadvantage. Need more light in here. Which that would be a 9, which I assume misses.
It does.
And RT again at disadvantage. I'm going to assume, wow, that was a nat 1 that it rolled at disadvantage. So, it's gonna move it.
With the nat 1, could Ati like vector the arm into the remaining cords, trying to snap them?
If you would explain to me how you do it, and it's cool.
Basically, as he sees the needle arm coming in, he like leans back and then like pushes. I assume there's like some sort of joint elbow to force it back towards the cords holding Nadine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna say that it's because of that you do it so swiftly. It makes contact, but it's only gonna take half damage of what it would normally, which it's still going to do. How much was life? Make sure I have everything on my page updated, so I don't lose track. There's got to be a better system I can do all of this on with. This cord is almost severed all the way through. You can see now that it is just hanging on by a few threads.
Wicked.
That would put us back at the top of the round with you, Ahti.
Following up that redirect there, he's hoping to finish this out with another rapier attack. That's a 24 to hit
Oh, that definitely hits.
for 12 slashing damage.
And just as if this was like that moment you were waiting for, you've been watching and hacking at this thing, just hoping you can break through. You make that one final swing with your rapier, and it just glides all the way through like butter. As it severs Nadine, you kind of like fall limp to the ground for a second, but regain your composure real quickly as you stand up, and you can feel that you no longer have the influence of the marionette creature.
Sweet. And then for my bonus action, Ati is going to use his cutting action specifically to disengage and whip out his crossbow.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Ren, you are up. Zuki, you are next.
Ren is on a mission. We are taking the legs. Sweep the leg, if you will.
Sweep the leg. Go
Boy,
ahead
tight
and
leg
roll
sweep.
your attacks. Are you attacking the same leg that's holding up the other person?
Yes. We got a 14, which I think misses.
14 will miss, unfortunately.
A 27,
That one hits.
and then a 17. So that'll be another 15 damage to that leg.
You said 15 in total?
Yes.
And Ren, as you attack that leg, it's not severed completely, but you've done some significant enough damage that it's almost just like hanging on to the ball joint it's holding on to. Toka, you still feel the presence of the marionette, but it seems to be just slightly disrupted now, almost as if like it's not as heavy as a burden.
Oh.
Anything else for you, Ren?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Zuki, you are up.
Dookie. We're actually gonna go. Let's see. Double check. Yeah, we can do that. We're gonna go right here on the side, and we're gonna shoot it again, but now just on the side of the face, like kind of like side of the head over that way.
It's just skewering from all directions.
Oh yeah, gotta balance it out. Yeah. Keep on scrolling down. 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, for 27 damage on the first one, and 6 damage on the second. So.
Your arrows they make contact. It lets out another like hideous shriek while like without moving its body at all. The head turns that way it's just facing back in your direction.
Good little kitty. Now drop the kitty. And that'll end my turn.
Alright, Bargin, you are up.
Alrighty.
Why do I hear lumber like a tree is falling down all the time? Anyone else?
Oh, that's the new dice I'm using.
Oh, okay. I was like, God damn.
You using the owlbear ones?
Yeah.
It's cool.
No, I'm using the new subscriber dice that just came out with the red dragon dice.
Oh,
When you roll a
I was gonna
nat
use
20,
those
a
one to
dragon
borrow.
picks it up. Yeah, those are fucking awesome. So that's gonna be a total of 9 damage, and that's my turn. 4 rolls this time.
Total of 9 damage. And you leave some more scuffs and scrapes in it as you slash at it.
Alrighty.
Nadine,
yeah.
it is now your turn. You are no longer under the influence of the marionette, so you are free to make your move as you make it.
Alright. Well, as Nadine is recovering from having been controlled, she's gonna turn towards the spider and attack it with a firebolt.
I thought she said fireball. I was like,
This succeeded.
I'm against my will here.
Just barely, it does hit.
That will be 23 damage.
I feel like Tuck would be the one that thinks she's drowning when she's in like 2 foot deep water.
Standing up, too.
Yep.
Nadine, you make some deep scratches into the surface of its body. It makes its wild shrieking noise that it does. It's almost like it at this point, like it hurts your ears every time it does it, but now it's just become more annoying than anything else. Is there anything else that you would like to do on your turn, Nadine?
Nope, that is everything.
Toka, it is now your turn. The marionette's influence seems to be keeping your attention towards the little auto gnome, but because it's not as strong, make your attacks at disadvantage.
Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like my dice are really slow today. Alright, so there's the first. Roll again now.
It could be your internet connection, it could be your sea of tabs.
First of all, how dare you? Second of all, does a 23 hit?
Yes. Ren, does a 23 hit? I'm going to assume that's a yes.
And... oh shit, that was almost a nat 20. Oh, it was a nat 20! Oh, you're so lucky it was at disadvantage! Does a 14 hit, Ren?
Ooh, 14? No, it does not.
Okay, so we'll do the first one.
Dodge the bullet.
Can you roll... Can you roll me a con save?
Yes.
9 damage, plus 1 necrotic. That's 10.
That's a 13.
Failed.
Rip.
A little bit. Maybe a lot of bit. Oof. Okay, so I gotta look up because it takes so long between dice. I don't know what's happening. So that's 10. So that's
Remember,
21
Ren is
damage.
resistant to the poison.
So you take half the damage of the poison. So that's 6. So that's 16 damage. And then you take 20 damage in total, and your I didn't mean to do that. You're poisoned for a minute.
Well, could have been worse. We'll be okay, I think. we're a little under half health, but it's okay. It's okay.
As an arrow just sticking out of you, going wah 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 wah. And I
feel a little funny.
Oh no! Those arrows were covered in shit!
Okay. Toka, is at the end of your turn.
Yep.
Okay, Marionette is going to make its same attacks, well, except it is going to change its destination from Ahti over to Nadine, since she just got freed from its grasp. It's not too happy about that. Bardrin does I'm assuming a 20 doesn't hit you?
Nope.
Cool. And then Ren does I already know that 10 doesn't hit. Nadine does... God damn. What was that? I'm going to assume a 4 doesn't hit you either.
It does not.
Okay. The marionette kind of rears back and lets out another horrendous screech. Ahti, it is back up at the top of the round with you.
All right. Back in Ati's elements with his short bow, he's going to target the face of this monstrosity. 28 to hit.
Hits.
So it's going to take 9 piercing with an additional 19 sneak attack, so 28 damage. And that will be Ati's turn.
And where did you attack it at specifically?
The face.
Ahti, as you make your attacks, once you're done and you kind of pose yourself back down on the ground and you look up at that face, you can see running along that porcelain face is now a crack.
Perfect.
Ren, I believe that would bring us to you with Zuki up next.
Yep. At this point, is there still legs holding these ropes to the spider?
The only one that is still currently up is the one attached to the kobold.
All right, Ren's gonna go for that leg then, attempting as much as they can not to hit the kobold, but is obviously in a rage and doing the best they can.
Friendly fire! Friendly fire!
That hits.
23. Oh, that's an 11.
You give it, with that first attack, you give it one good hit, and you seem to dislodge it loose from the ball joint that appendage is hanging onto. That second attack does hit.
Nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, that makes for 26 damage.
And as you give it that last and final attack, that you bust that appendage free from the ball joint that was holding it to its awkward body. As it falls to the ground, Toka, you can no longer feel this marionette presence pulling at your spine and making you do things. You appear to be free from its grasp as you kind of fall to the ground and shake that feeling off as you bring yourself back to your feet.
I'm free!
Has
Ren,
Ring
is there
collected
anything
all
else you can
the...
do?
Oh, sorry.
What were you going to say, Ahti?
Has Ring collected all the legs on that side?
I think that makes for at least 3.
At least 3, yes. Is there anything else that you can do, Ren?
Nope, that is it.
Okay. Zuki, it is now your turn. The creature, because it doesn't appear to be bleeding, for the rest of you, or all of you, even though it doesn't appear to be bleeding, it does not appear to be in the best condition.
Okay. Let's just try to see if we can't finish it off then. Sneak. No, let's see. Yeah, no, we'll do that. We'll just do the same thing. Sneak attacker. 22 to hit.
That hits.
Or come on, 22 and 6. So
And were you aiming for its face again?
yeah,
Ziggy, as your arrow hits it, you have now like chipped off a good like cheek section of that porcelain face as you hear it like dislodge loose and then clatter to the ground and break to 1,000 pieces.
Sweet. That'll be my trophy. And that ends my turn.
Okay, Bardrin, you are up.
Smacked.
Smack.
Does not smack. Does
Oh.
smack. Does smack.
Smacks again.
Oh, now your rolls are showing up. It does sound like a tree falling in the woods.
Doesn't it?
So that's going to be a total of 16 damage. And I think that'll be my turn.
Any specific area you were attacking it in?
Just the main body.
And as you attack, more pieces seem to be like kind of almost as if this entire the entire body of the creature minus the legs were made out of like maybe a wood or like clay type substance. You've left some gouges in it.
Nice. Okay.
Nadine, that would bring us to you.
Okay, I am going to attack it with my firebolt again.
Not to be confused with fireball.
I'm assuming a 12 doesn't hit.
It does not.
Alright, well, that will be my turn then.
Okay. Toka, you are up.
Toka, finally free. The chaotic gremlin she is. She's gonna start kind of like dancing, well, clapping underneath her head and then clapping above her head as she starts chanting. Where is it at? Where's my notes? Many mouths speaks your hunger into this world. Mistress, let me be the loudest. As she starts to like vomit up like toxic fumes of smoke coming out of her mouth. And as it kind of like forms underneath her, she starts to lift in the air as her poisonous drake, Mufa, forms out of the smoke.
Hell yeah.
And then she's gonna, and then since she used that action, she'll use her bonus action to change the Tiamat symbol from Ren to the creature. And she's going to use her action surge to gain another action. And she is going to use... I have any good ones? Basically, she's gonna use her her draconic ancestry, and she's gonna open her mouth as a cloud of mites and infestation swarms the spider creature. So she's gonna have it be like, let me see here, I don't want anyone else to get caught up in it. Put it like right here. Yeah, so she'll put it like right over here to with infestation. It needs to do a con save of 15.
It got a 14.
Awesome possum. As all the bugs and shit get inside his joints, it's going to take a whopping 11 damage. And now I end my turn. Oh, and then my Drake is going to go now, actually.
Hey, Toka, also remember infestation, if they fail to save, it forces them to move.
Oh.
You roll the d4 to determine which direction it goes in.
Thank you.
So Bardrin can fuck it up some more.
Yes.
Yes.
I got a 2, so it moves south by 5 feet.
So south by 5 feet would be moving on, basically on top of you guys.
Now, well.
It only moves if it can, so if it's obstructed, it just stays where it's at.
Honestly, Toka was about to yell, "Not my fault!" And then now my Drake is gonna go. My Drake. Let me see here. Where is it at? Drake companion. Right here. Okay. It's gonna go to attack, and it's going to. Let me see here. Your ranger's 5 plus your ranger's level. Okay. Let me see here. Action is gonna go for a bite attack.
Okay.
Ah, damn. No! It missed with a 5, so, I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah.
And it's going to end its turn. Oh, wait, does it have a bonus action? Nope, okay, nope, never mind. All good.
Okay. I'm gonna say that because of the damage that this creature is experiencing, it's not feeling the hottest. It doesn't really have the energy strength, or at least enough appendages to hold itself up to be able to attack multiple at once. So it's going to focus one attack on. Let's see, who's technically the closest? I think that would be you, Toka. But
That's
it is still disadvantage against everybody but Bardrin, correct? Bardrin?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was still.
Let me see. Nope, until the end of my next turn, so it should be fine now.
Oh, okay. Ooh. Toka, does a dirty 20 hit you?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
With like you can tell like from the might of something that is just like knows that it's inches from death. It's putting everything that it can into it. It swings that knitting needle like appendage through. As it strikes you in the shoulder, you are going to take 10 points of piercing damage.
Leave me alone!
And that will be it for the marionette. It's going to put us back at the top of the round with Ahti. And for everybody, like the creature is not looking super hot. You can tell with it missing most of its appendages. Now it's using the remainder of what it has to keep its body upright.
Cool. Zuki ended up forcing the cracked face to open up, right?
Yes, there is like on the porcelain face, there's at least a cheek missing.
Gotcha. Ahti's gonna target that opening there. Does a nat 20 for a 30 hit?
Yes, absolutely. Max damage, please.
Okay, so that'll be plus another 20 for piercing. Did you want the sneak attack damage doubled as well, or just on top of?
Just on top of the sneak attack.
So 49 total damage.
Ahti, is that attack lands, it screeches even louder and kind of rears back, and you cut so deep, it is from that wound, it is now oozing this like black tar looking liquid.
Disgusting. That's the end of Ahti's turn.
All right, Ren, you are up. Ren, you still with us?
Should we do like a, I don't know, a 5-minute break? See if Ren comes back?
Yeah, why don't we can take like a short, like 5-minute, go get a drink, go pee real fast while we're waiting to see what's going on with Ren. I'll send them a message.
Cool.
All right, let us hit the good old resume button and bring everything back into focus. Ren, it is your turn. The marionette creature is not looking super hot.
Yeah, Ren's a little upset. Ren's voice starts to go from the kid voice to a little bit more dark and growly. You burnt a fuse out in the little one. It's time to end this. I'm going to crap, not relentless attack. Crap, I forget the it's the barbarian term. You can attack advantage, but you
Reckless attack.
reckless attack. Thank you. I will reckless attack with my rapier.
Using my Drake's reaction, it actually spits poison on your blade and adds a 1d6 of poison damage.
Ooh.
No DC check.
Wow.
That's cool.
His sword has like
Oh,
a,
yeah.
a dark blackish green mist like swirling around its blade.
Okay, so that's 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay, so you said it was sorry, 1d6 for poison damage?
Yep, 1d6.
Let's see. So we'll roll that real quick. Three.
I can't wait to...
That's nine. 3 poison and 9 blood. Piercing damage.
Ooh.
We'll follow that up with a bonus action of our 2-weapon fighting.
Nice, nice.
Reckless as well.
Let me see how long that poison works for my dragon for you. This here.
Would it be just the rapier that got coated, or would it affect to both the scimitar and the rapier?
Just the
Yeah,
single
it's
weapon.
one at a time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just the rapier has that then.
Yeah, let me see here. The dragon remains once you summon it. Okay, yeah, but I want to know more about the infused strike. Where's that at? It doesn't really say how long you have the poison for. So I mean, I guess just you have it, maybe till end of combat. I don't know.
Like clean my blades of this degrading material. So follow up with that scimitar. Oof. That's a 20.
That hits.
Let's roll that. It's gonna be 6. Crap. Is that bludgeoning? Slashing. And then I will finally wrap that up with my final rapier attack for my second attack per turn. 22 again.
That hits.
3 poison and 6 piercing.
Ren, how does this thing die?
Hell yeah.
Noise.
As as rage just takes over Ren, just pulling out their rapier, just starts thrusting, going for eyes, going for whatever, jugulars, just whatever damage weak point they can find, just trying to make this thing bleed. And with the scimitar, just to clean up, just one final slice drops to the ground.
Before it drops to the ground, as you make that last and final attack, the porcelain face just explodes as little porcelain pieces just kind of come falling down around you as the body finally just slumps down lifelessly.
Toka was cheering you the whole way.
Now, our adventurers, this weird creature has now been slain. You have 2 new people, and Hesa is still laying lifeless in the corner.
Ahti's immediately going to go over to Hesa to try and administer some form of first aid.
Okay, what kind... Ahti, you get over to Hesa, and you can tell it's not good. Hesa appears to just be hanging on by a thread. As she opens her eyes and looks at you. Hesa, do you have any final parting words?
Hesa gently just slips the lamp and her little cube that makes the house to Hati, and she lays her bloody, soft, fluffy bean toes on the lamp as her white freckles, now red from the blood coming out of her little kitty mouth. And she just looks up past Hati with her big green eyes. They're just barely open, and she just goes, I just wanted to sleep in a lamp. As more blood kind of starts coming out, and she's just trying to breathe as her body starts to kind of convulse for a little bit in Hati's arms, and her eyes lay just slightly open. One little soft meow.
Oh, Ahti, as you now feel Hesa's lifeless body laying in your arms, how do you react?
He would first close her eyelids and then carry her over to the rest of the party without saying any words. And then he would kind of back up a little bit. Did we say Haas was inside the lamp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and he'd kind of just sorrowfully kind of just stand there waiting for everybody else's reaction.
Barjan just kind of cleans off his sword. Like, all right, I guess it didn't have blood, so he really doesn't do that, but he still kind of like wipes it off anyways before sheathing it. And then he kind of looks at Hase's body, and kind of like a flash of his parents goes through his mind before he just kind of turns and starts walking off.
Ren flicks their sword to the side, almost wiping off the acid in the air. And sheathes their sword and lays against their shield, distressed. Another lost companion. I have failed once again to protect those around me. I have failed. I have failed. As the little autonome just keeps repeating to itself.
I'd like to lay her body to rest properly, but I don't think we'll be able to take her back with us to rest her, put her at peace properly.
And Ahti, as you say that, the genie emerges from the lamp. His facial expression appears blank, but sorrowful. As he says, I will watch over her. Hand her to me.
T obliges.
He very gently takes Ace's body from you and holds her in his arms as he just slips right back into the lamp with both him and Hesa.
Did he let Haas out for Ahti?
Yeah, sure. The dog is just like
Right in front of you. You trade in a dead cat, you get a big dog.
Is this is the lamp an item that I should be adding to my inventory?
Yes, I would.
Let me look at everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Dre, if you'll send that over to Atis, that way he's got at least the information on it.
The
I got
deets, all the deets. I've acquired a puppy, which is probably the most powerful thing that I just acquired.
Absolutely.
Yeah, best item. No magic item compares. It's the dog. It's best boy.
It is best.
You also got a, you know, the invincible fortress. You got basically that, but it's her fortune-telling house. So you have a pop-up.
Indeed, an instant fortress.
Basically, yeah. Just, but it's a 3-bedroom. Basically her showroom, a guest room, and the main bedroom, and then it has the hallway that has like couches. And the front of it has basically a big cardboard cutout of Hesa with her paw moving back and forth on a cardboard cutout. Well, wood, but crystal ball in the front.
Haste's little traveling gypsy hut.
Yep. Let me see here. It's just gonna be an oil lamp that you would attach, because that's what it is, and it's basically a genie's lamp, but the oil version.
Right.
Okay, so as all of you kind of come to terms with Haste's death, you still have 2 new companions that are now in your party.
Yeah, Barjan was gonna go up and just ask the 2 new people, like, so tell me, what do you both do?
Toka, who you caught her jumping on the dead body, laughing, that she's like snatching its head in, or whatever's left of its head. Ow! What does Toka do? What do you mean? Toka does a lot.
Well, do you fight with swords or arrows, or are you a magic caster?
This is Toka, and she points up to the poison medium-sized drake with wings. This is Mufa. I shoot sticks at people or things or whatever, and Mufa bites them. Yes. You do good work. Yes, good work.
Interesting.
Clean the gunk out of your toes.
And what about you, Elf?
Elf. I'm an Nadine. I use magic to handle things.
Well, welcome to this merry band as we venture through this unending dungeon, I guess.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah,
Riveting.
you don't sound optimistic.
Well, tends to be that way when you have to kill so many things and it never ends.
I mean, yeah, that sucks. Hey, those arrows I shot into you guys earlier, first of all, not my fault. Toka did not do that, but Toka is sorry. Those arrows are kind of covered in shit and piss, so I don't know.
So your poison arrows are just piss and shit on them?
Well, it's actually, okay, first of all, it's my piss, it's Mufa's shit, and it's Mufa's spit, all mixed in this little chuggy chug as she like points at this little keg, but it doesn't look like a keg. It has like metal slats going through it. It's oddly crafted. And then like 3 inches into the top of the barrel is a lid that's on the inside, and there's like a whole bunch of arrows sticking out. So the arrows just shit, not just sit. Shit.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, Vargin just kind of walks off.
Yeah. I mean, do that too. Toka doesn't care.
Both Nadine and Toka, did I give you a chance to like describe what your characters looked like?
Kind of, but I'll do a better description if need be.
Yes, go right ahead.
So Toka, her outer scales are bright orange. Her whole scheme kind of matches the like poison frogs don't touch. So her scales are actually a very bright orange, while her undersoft parts of her so like her bosom and like her middle neck and her jaw and her chest and stomach are actually like a bright blue, while her eyes are even though they look like they're like bubbled out like fly eyes almost, they're like a bright green. So she's very bright colored. She wears a lizard type skull on top of her head with a mane connected to it, giving her like a very, very bountiful amount of hair that she does not have. And she blinks one at a time.
Can her eyes like to do the chameleon thing, weird, wonky, look in
Yes.
different directions?
Oh yeah, she can do that too, 100%. Like, and like you don't think she's there, but she might be. It kind of depends. Mufa is a little bit different. His top scales are actually a very darkish. Well, it's black with a green radiant. The underbelly itself is actually a bright green. His neck actually has like a very large gizzard that comes out from it, and that's actually where he stores its poison. And it's actually like his chin presses into it when he looks forward. It's quite a hefty gillet. And he's a medium-sized drake with wings.
Nadine, why don't you go ahead and give a better description of yourself?
Okay. So we got some long light blue hair, pale skin. Likes to go around in a long, flowy, kind of darkish purple dress.
I like purple.
Okay. So, in this present time before we proceed forward, is there anything your characters specifically want to do right now or say?
Toka's gonna kind of like attempt to cough, you know, like when someone's trying to before they do a speech, he's like, she kind of like screeches and then like actually coughs. Toka and Mufa could use a new home, so I don't know. Is there a spot for Toka? Toka is good at shooting and helping. Good at a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't really have a house on me. I think we've just been kind of roughing it out here with tents and bedrolls.
That sounds like a good home. Toka will stay. Thank you. And you know, she'll just walk over and just stand next to Bodrin with Mufa next to her, like he offered.
Margin just acknowledged it. Margin's just like, okay, this is my life now.
Zuki looks over at Bardrin and is like, hey, you got a new friend.
She blinks one at a time. Left eye and then right eye right after you say that.
Yeah, maybe this friend won't die.
Well, I mean,
Or should I say, they'll prove more useful than the last one.
Oh, okay. I'm useful. Toka is very useful. Toka, permanently good for a party. Yes, Toka's there.
After that last comment from Bardrin, you'll see Ahti's clipping the lamp to his belt, and he kind of like raises an eyebrow because that is it's like a complete 180 from his relationship with Hesa up until this point. Basically, like talking shit on her right after she died, whenever he was like the one that had been caring for her, making sure she was fine after all the other battles up until this point.
Damn it.
Yeah, Bardrin doesn't acknowledge it or anything.
With the stagnating air, everything around you kind of goes dark. Almost as if you just completely lost vision. You can still feel the floor beneath you. And as a light kind of starts to return to the room, and your vision adjusts, you can see that you're all still together, but the room has changed. You're now in more of a like square room put together. And standing in the middle of the room appears to be a little girl.
Oh, can we eat it?
She's young. She's roughly about, I'd say about 11, maybe 12 years old. Long, black, messy hair. She's in an actual, like, rather well-kept, like, black dress with, like, dark spots around her eyes. She just appears to be standing there, and as vision kind of comes back and your eyes adjust to seeing this, she says, "Welcome. I've been expecting you. You have all done so well. I don't really feel as if there's any conflict between us because you've already done exactly what I wanted you to do." And she smiles and looks towards you, Bardra.
Toka gasps. Has no idea what's going on, but Toka gasps.
She says, "You killed the one that they call Mother. I assure you, she is no kind of mother. Far from it. She never."
Yeah, more like a bitch.
She smiles at this comment. She's like, and she replies, she's like, she'd never earned that title. Someone as evil and callous as her. You did good. So, I feel inclined just to offer you, I guess, a token of my gratitude. But I can only give one token, so I'll have to apply to all of you. What is it that you want? What are you searching for in here?
The power to slay dragons. Many dragons.
Well, that's kind of fucked up.
Oh, don't worry, you're only quarter dragon.
Still kind of fucked up. What did dragons ever do to you?
Everything.
Oh, that happens with everything. Well, not the power to destroy everything.
Or that. That works too.
You're welcome.
To be honest, I would settle with the way out to complete the challenge and move on from this hellhole.
And confused, she looks at you, Ahti, and she says, "Complete the challenge? Well, I thought you were here to try and kill me. And then you mercilessly took out Mother. My thoughts have changed, but what do you mean challenge?"
Well, we're still not 100% sure if this is part of the challenge or if it's a different plane of existence, but we're going through a multi-stage dungeon of horrors to appease some sort of god, it seemed.
She goes, "Oh. You speak of Renric."
Yeah, not a fan.
She says, that's a pity. I don't know if there's much that I can do for you. But you must not be from this world. I mean, most of you don't even look like anything I've ever seen on the mortal plane.
Well, I'm pretty special, so you're welcome.
She says, "You all kind of look like something that would have came from, like, I don't know, hell, maybe? Well, some of you."
Yeah, and which ones would those be?
Probably the ugly ones. But definitely not Toka or Mufa.
And she kind of like puts up her hand. She's like, I don't want to like point fingers as she like looks directly at Toka.
She's just like looks back and forth and goes, "What? What?"
So, are we still in this dungeon of Renrick, or are you Renrick? Where are we?
You're in a plane far, far, far from your home. In fact, I don't think ever our universes have crossed. However, I know of Renrick.
Really? And what would that be?
Well, she kind of like looks down at the ground as if wondering if she should answer this or not.
Is this like one of those things where like you tell us, but then you have to kill us?
Make a persuasion check, Bardrin.
Sure. Yeah, that's a 6.
Says it's. I don't know if the information I know is anything that you would know differently.
Then I guess your usefulness is getting very thin.
Yeah, you said you'd do something, and everything we asked, you said no. Wait, can we get like something that's meat that's covered in bread and cheese? I don't know what you guys think. Toga thinks that's great.
I think that's a great idea. I'm hungry.
She kind of like just shakes her head disapprovingly. Says, I can send you back. I don't know if there's much more I can do for you. Unless, and she kind of like smiles playfully. Unless you want to try to take on me and everything else that's down here at my command.
Oh shit! Oh,
Sounds like a good time to me.
Toka slides back with Mufa.
Yeah, you might want to watch what you say around these people. Like, I'm just saying, there's a couple buildings with oddly shaped holes in the wall. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah, it's at this point Barjan's just walking towards her like the Anakin Skywalker walk, just shrugging his shoulders, and he's like raising up his sword.
Very quickly and swiftly meeting to parlay you, Pyramid Head does step into view.
Oh, what the fuck is? Oh shit!
it's this fuck.
Yeah, he's gonna attack Pyramid Head.
Holy shit. Roll an attack.
Hey, Clark, I'm gonna message you real quick.
Okay.
17.
That does hit Pyramid Head.
Yeah, fuck you, Pyramid Head. Suck my dick. That's 8 damage.
How much damage did you just do to him?
8.
8. He very swiftly makes an attack back with his giant ass of a weapon. Does a 27 hit.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. He makes contact with you, dealing 17 slashing damage.
Okay.
As the girl like chuckles, she says, "We really don't have to do this. I can just send you back."
Yes, as much fun as I would love to test your vaguely ominous threat, I'd much prefer to get back to the vaguely ominous dungeon that we were trying to make our way through.
And can we get that piece of meat with bread and covered in cheese? I don't know what it is, but it sounds, Toka thinks it sounds great.
What is you? What's up with you and cheese? Like,
Have you by her mouth, never eaten cheese? You poor soul.
I know your eyes don't look at the same place at the same time, but can you tell that I am not of flesh and bone as yourself?
Well, that doesn't stop you from eating cheese. You got a mouth.
It would
Yikes.
if I ate cheese, it would just be like putting mud in my gears. Like it just wouldn't work. Like
Sounds like a you problem, not a us problem.
Hey, just gotta voice my opinion.
She just like lets out a small.
Autonomous lives. Woo.
She just lets out a small fart and she just sniffs and then just looks away.
So the girl then, like, taking the words of Ahti is probably the wisest words of wisdom. She waves her, like, as she like waves her hands like up in the air, and as your vision kind of starts to fade again, you can see as she fades into the abyss, she is smiling and waving at you without saying these, but not before saying these last parting words of, "Don't worry, sure we'll see each other again." She
Can I grab Pyramid's Head's sword and just see if it comes with me? I'm bringing this motherfucker with me.
Ever so often, we just see Pyramid staring at us from a distance, no matter where we go, and we're like, "What the fuck?"
Make a strength check, and you'll combat Pyramid Heads.
Oh shit!
Let's get old 14.
It'd be a 17 for Pyramid Head.
Damn.
As you feel it as you grasp it, you try to give it a good tug, but just before everything fades to black, you feel him just give a good tug back as it pulls it right out of your hands.
Damn it.
I do appreciate your vaguely ominous threats and for returning us.
As everything kind of disappears into darkness.
What about the chain?
You feel as if the ground beneath you leaves, but only for a moment. It's a little jarring, kind of like, have you ever had that feeling when like you're about to fall asleep and it feels like you fall through the bed?
Oh fuck!
That's kind of what it feels like. But it's only for a short moment, as you can feel some familiar terrain beneath your feet. As the room starts to light up and glow again, your vision starts to slowly return. You see yourselves standing in the dungeon that you were in just before you got warped magically to this strange new world. As your vision starts to return, the torches that are illuminating this dungeon area, they kind of dim a little bit. You hear inside of the depths of your mind a sharp, callous voice as it says, "You did good, but not good enough. I'm not yet concerned that you'll be able to defeat me, but you may be able to win this challenge yet." As that voice fades from your mind, I think we're going to end off here for tonight because that's about all I had planned. But I would like everybody to level up, please.
Hell yeah!
Woo.
I'll say that as the voice fades away, Toka's just gonna yell out, "What about the chick?"
Toka, as you open your eyes, like in your hands, like even though you wouldn't know what it is, you're looking at a cheddar and turkey sandwich.
And she just starts like, does a fucking kobold screech, and she just starts fucking like, She like a dog eats it so fast it's just gone in like 3 seconds.
Just chomp, 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 chomp.
That was beautiful.
All right,
Mistress, I know your hunger.